Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel of You Can Talk. And this is the ABCs of Communicating. My name is Ruth Finney, and we are talking about zest this morning, adding some more zest back into your conversations. So let's welcome everyone in. I'll wait a few minutes, see if anyone pops up. Get here. I'm going to open myself up. All right. Get that going. Okay. All right, so we are talking about zest this morning, being zestful. I know that during these times, it can be when we have so much going on in the world. Truthfully, people are losing their jobs. There's so much death and illness in the world, and radical opinions and all sorts of things going on in the world. It can be very difficult to find zest, to live in that zest of life, that thing that brings us happiness and excitement and joy and all the things that bring us life, really, that bring us life. So all those things, those things help to improve the health of a relationship. If we want to have healthy relationships, having zest in your life, in your conversations, in your communication, in your interactions with one another is so important. We enjoy being around people who are happy, who are full of zest. They light us up, that electrical energy that we tend to be drawn to. When we first meet someone, if you're dating for the first time, if you are, meeting someone for the first time, you met a new friend, you started a new job, whatever it is, it can be exciting, right? You're excited, you're ready to get started. You enjoy seeing this person every time they get into your space. You're full of anticipation about, what's going to happen, how you're going to interact with each other. You talk zestfully because you are happy. You're happy to be where you are. You're happy to be with a person. But over time, when you have been in the relationship for a while, sometimes that zest tends to fade along with the newness of the relationship, right? So good morning, Jazzy TV. How are you this morning? Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are talking about zest this morning. This is the ABCs of Communicating. We are on the letter Z, the final letter of the alphabet. And I couldn't think of a more fitting word to close us out with. Good morning, Levi Boyd. Welcome. Good seeing you. Good morning. Good morning. I'm happy you're here. So we're talking about how we add zest back into our relationships, back into our conversation, back into our lives. So zest is, good morning, Harrison. How you doing? Good. Hello, hello, hello. Good seeing you. All right, you are listening and driving. Thank you. I appreciate you being here, having me on. Okay, so we're talking about zest this morning, letting zest back into our relationships. Like I said, when we first meet somebody, it's easy to have zest because we're excited, we are energized, we are hopeful and anticipatory of what's to come and what this person is going to bring to our lives. But like I said, as the relationship tends to go on, a lot of times as the relationship ages and matures, the zest sometimes tends to fade. And so we have to work harder at bringing that zest back into our relationships, back into our lives, and even just for ourselves, even because we can get so caught up in, doing the mundane, doing the everyday, routines of life that we don't put zest. We don't do things that adds zest back into our lives. No one enjoys, no one wants to hear, boring, mundane, unexciting conversation, right? It feels like you're sitting in a college lecture or something, and no one is it's taking everything in you just to continue to pay attention and to stay focused, right, on what the person is saying. Well, that's what conversations sometimes that don't have zest can feel like. We lose people's attention and they tune out quickly and they begin to look for other methods of entertainment. So, for instance, when we think about social media, reality TV, all these things that a lot of times people like the most extreme versions of social media, right? They like the housewives, they like the Jerry Springers, they like to see all the drama, right? Mari, all that stuff. They want to see the drama. And sometimes it's not always so much that they like it or agree with it, but when we think about what people are drawn to when they're looking at those types of television programs, is that they're full of zest. They're full of life. They're full of energy. They're full of, that thing that draws people's attention, because that you just can't help but pay attention. It's like, oh, what's going on over here? You see all this excitement. You see these people who are passionate and strong-willed about what they're saying and how they're talking, how they're expressing, and your eyes, it's just magnetic. You're just drawn to it. You want to know what's going to happen next. So that's the same type of zest, just used in a different way. And so we can learn how to incorporate zest into our conversations, so that we can, have more lively conversations, have more healthy relationships, healthy conversations with the people that we're in relationship with. So zest is sort of that mandatory thing, like in television. If you want to be successful, right, you have to have some zest if you want to be successful in television. Well, it's the same thing that we can do in our relationships. For some people, adding zest to the relationship, it is easy for them to do because their hearts are full of joy. They're just naturally happy, joyous, joyful people. And so a lot of times it can be easy. And these people because you walk into a room and they take over their room, right? Their conversations are just full of life all the time. And you always see like a crowd of people around them because their conversations are so full of zest that people are just drawn to wanting to listen to them. But if you are not so much of a naturally outgoing person, if you're more shy, more standoffish, more of an introvert, it can be difficult to figure out how to add zest into your conversations, so that people will be drawn and people will want to listen. It can feel overwhelming because often we don't know where to begin. We don't know how to begin to add zest. So this morning, I want to talk about some things that we can do that will help us to add zest in our conversations. Okay, the first thing that we do is visualize it. I've said to you all many a times that I'm a visual learner. If I can see it, if the mind can perceive it, then the body can achieve it. So if you are struggling with figuring out how to be zestful, how to add zest into your community, imagine yourself being happy, being joyful, being excited. Imagine yourself doing the things that you would like to do, that you think would make you happy, even if you don't know if it will make you happy. If you think it'll make you happy, imagine yourself doing those things. And if you can't imagine it from a future perspective, imagine it from a perspective of the past. Imagine the last time you were happy, that you were joyous, because that will help you to realize that it is possible. When we can visualize what can be, then we can know that it's possible. And that gives us the ability to work to try to achieve it. And even like I said, if you can't imagine it going forward, imagine it when it once was. So that way, that yes, it is possible for me to be happy. I do possess what it takes inside of me to be happy, to be joyous, and to be joyful. So, either way, if you can imagine it, then you can assure yourself that it's possible. The next thing you want to do is find a community of people who are joyous. One of the reasons I love people so much is because they fascinate me. People fascinate me. They ignite something in me when I watch people, whether they're happy, whether they're sad. I like learning about people's lives. I love learning about their struggles. I love learning about their life experiences. So many things that I love to learn about people. I like to people watch, all that stuff. I'm a big world news watcher. I don't so much like local news, but I'm a big world news watcher. And Diane Sawyer is one of my favorite news analysts of all time. She used to be on Good Morning America. And she did ABC World News Tonight and a number of different news programs. She always said to stay curious about the world, be interested, wonder about the things that go on in the world. Because when we keep that level of curiosity of what goes on, hey, thanks, how are you? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. So when we keep that type of zest in our minds and in our thoughts, then we learn to look for that. We learn to appreciate it, and we can learn to incorporate it into our lives. There's also a saying that a rising tide raises all boats. A rising tide raises all boats. So when we surround ourselves with people who are full of zest, who are full of energy or full of life, they bring us along with them on that, along those zestful journeys, right? We get into it with them. When we're listening to them, they're imparting joy within us as well. Like, for instance, when I watching sports, right? I'm not a huge sports fan, but I do like a lot of sports, right? I love basketball. I love my favorite football team. So, for instance, good morning, Baking with Charlene. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, like when I'm watching my team, whether it's whatever team, whatever I'm watching, I love track and field. I love everything Olympics, and I love basketball, and I love watching the Cowboys and all that stuff. So when my team is playing, I'm pretty much locked in. But if my team is not playing, then I'm typically not so interested. But anytime I have the opportunity to go to a sporting event, right, especially pro sports, I love going. I'm always saying yes. I don't care who's playing. And one of the reasons that I enjoy live sporting events so much is because of the camaraderie, the energy, the excitement, the livelihood that comes with being at sporting events. It's a whole different level of energy and zest, if you will, that I enjoy being in the midst of, right? I get in the stadiums, I get in the fields, and people are excited, they're happy, they speak. It's almost like nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. And I love that energy that comes from just being around sporting events. Even if my team loses, I find that when I leave there, I'm still excited because I had such a good experience. It was such a fun experience for me. So even if I lose, I don't feel like I lost because I had such a good time. I'm uplifted, and I just feel better about life, better about the world, and ready to move on to the next thing. My other favorite way, so keep a community of people around you. If you're if you're single and you're by yourself all the time, try to find a network or a group of people that you can surround yourself with who enjoy some of the things that you enjoy, or talk about some of the things that interest you, all that stuff. That's why social medias and these groups and Facebook groups and all that stuff are so popular and are so it help people so much, because people find individuals of like-minded people, and that excites them and makes them feel good. It puts some zest into their life. My other favorite way of adding zest is through storytelling. I love hearing a good story. I love reading a good story. All that because I'm a very imaginative person. So when the story is good, I can imagine myself being in the midst of it. And I love a good storyteller, meaning they add all the inflections and, the voice changes, the volume. They're very descriptive in their words. And that type of storytelling excites me because I can imagine myself being there and being in the story, right? I put myself in place of the characters and imagine myself going through it. And this is a great way to learn how to add zest into your conversation, because if you can learn how to, hey, not your way, Cody, good morning, blessings to you, blessings. If you can learn to be a good storyteller, then that is an excellent way to learn how to add zest back into your conversation. And I say this because I read children's books, to my babies all the time. And children's books are full of zest. They are full of zest. So if you want to practice how to add zest into your conversations, read children's books out loud, or whatever kind of book, whatever book that you're interested, read it out loud and learn to put in the inflections and read the story as if you are bringing the book to life. Read the stories if you're bringing the book to life. And that's a great way to practice adding zest into your conversations. So my children love when I read books to them because, if someone is yelling or if someone is making a funny noise or if someone is, laughing or whatever is going on, I bring that to the story. I get into the character of what I'm reading. And so sometimes I think they enjoy watching mommy more than they enjoy listening to this, as much as they enjoy listening to the story, because they want to know, oh, mommy, what is she going to do next? Because I want to bring the story to life for them. And that's a great way to figure out how to practice adding zest back into your conversations. Another thing that you can do to add zest into your conversation is something simple. Do things that you enjoy. Do the things that you enjoy doing. We spend so much time doing things that we have to do, right? We have so many responsibilities. We have to go to work. We have to take care of the house. We have to take care of the kids. We have to take care of our spouses. We have to take care of all of our responsibilities that we don't make time to do the things that we enjoy, whether it is, watching sports or attending sports events, whether it is playing golf, whether it's doing crafting, hanging out with friends, going to, concerts or plays or all these things, going to the movies, all these things that we enjoy doing, we don't make time to do. I make sure that every week I spend a couple of hours just doing things, something that I enjoy doing. Not a week goes by that I don't do something that I want to do that may have nothing to do with nothing other than it just brings me joy, something I enjoy doing. Good morning, Eve. Good morning. Welcome. Good to see you. We're talking about zest this morning, adding zest into our relationships. So like I said, for some people, this is very easy to do if you're a naturally energetic, exciting person, which I'm Sagittarius, so a lot of Sagittarians tend to be. It doesn't take much for me to get excited about something a lot of times. But for others, sometimes, not even mattering on what your zodiac sign is, it can be difficult to add zest. So that's what we're talking about this morning. So if you start doing the things that you enjoy, then you can add some zest into your relationship. Have you ever met a person, right? Have you ever met a person that is typically quiet, kind of standoffish, they don't talk a lot, a bit of an introvert, and all of a sudden you may be saying something or talking about a subject matter that they, December 10th, Harrison, are you December 10th? I'm December 6th. Eve, what are you? Because I know you're in December too. Our birthdays are coming up. Woohoo! So happy birthday, early birthday to you all. I'll make sure that we get together and have a little celebration here on YouTube. Have you ever met someone, right, that is kind of standoffish and all of a sudden you'll bring up a topic and it's like, and they'll start speaking and all of a sudden it's like they come to life, right? They start coming to life. And you're like, wow, I had no idea you were so passionate about this. I had no idea that you knew about this or that this interests you. Oh, yours was the 11th. Oh, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, Natural Way of Cody. Oh, I try to, sing on people's birthdays. Oh, okay. Eve, you're November 28th. Okay. Yes, we get happy about the little things in life. We do. We absolutely do. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. I promise. My husband teases me about it all the time. He's like, "You just always happy." And I'm not, which is not the truth. But, I try not to let things keep me down for long. That is the truth. I definitely try not to let things or people keep me down for long. So yeah, when we touch on a subject of someone who, that it's something that they're into, we see them get excited. We see them light up and start talking about something. All of a sudden they get zest, added into their conversation, and they can, give you details about it. They can, tell you more about it than you ever imagined that they ever knew. And so that's what that does. So just like it does that for them, that it does the same thing for us. When we surround ourselves or start doing things, incorporating things on a regular basis that we enjoy doing, then that helps give us something to talk about. It helps give us something to be excited about, to be joyful in life. When your spirit is uplifted, you can't help but talk with more zest because your spirit is uplifted. So if you find that that weeks have gone by, then you haven't done anything that brings you joy, some type of joy, then find a way to incorporate these things. Make it your business, make it a priority in your life to find something to do that just brings you joy, no matter how small it is, even if it's just taking a walk, taking a hike. A friend of mine, she makes sure that she goes one week in a month down to the coast. She lives not too far from the beach, and so that's something she enjoys doing. And so once a month, she goes down and spends a weekend doing that. Natural Zay says, "Yes, I try not to let things keep me down either. Not a picky person." Good, good, good. Yeah, so whatever you enjoy, immerse yourself. Make sure that you take opportunity to immerse yourself into something that you enjoy doing. Because those are the things that keep our spirit uplifted, no matter what's going on, no matter what's going on. I don't even feel guilty about it. Like, I don't even allow myself to feel guilty about, doing something once a week that I enjoy doing, because whether it's being around friends or being around family, you know, going to a comedy show, like I said, music concert, whatever it is, find some time and make it your priority to say, this is for me. This is for no one but me. If you like getting massages or pedicures or manicures or, whatever it is that you enjoy doing, make sure that you take time to incorporate that into your life, because those are the things that help to add zest back into your life. And therefore, that's will help it come out of their conversation. Yes, isn't that the truth? Yes, thanks. Says I really miss a good concert. Yes, I love it. Yeah, concerts, it's that same type of energy. Like when like when I go to a sporting event, it's that same type of exciting energy. People are happy. It's like no one sees anything but enjoyment, right? No one's thinking about their, no one's thinking about anything but just having a good time. And a lot of times people are that way around the holidays. This time of the year, people tend to, have more excitement in their lives and be more zestful because they're looking forward to just enjoying the holidays, enjoying what all it brings, enjoying all the beautiful, beautiful things that the holidays can bring for some. Let's see. Eve says we have to attend to oneself first so we can attend to everyone else. Absolutely. I make it a priority to take care of me. And will never feel guilty about that. Absolutely. I love that you have that mentality. Good morning, Real Mamas, Real Problems. Dropping down to say FN everyone. Good morning. Okay, good morning. Oh, good morning. Okay. Good morning, Real Mamas, Real Problems. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in and saying good morning to us. We appreciate you being here so much. Truly. I enjoy listening to your show and, the things that you talk about. Real mama, it's self-explanatory. Real mamas and real problems. And I love listening to the way that you talk yourself through, trying to stay encouraged, trying to, be a better mom and handle that whole thing that comes with, sometimes being a single mom and raising children. So kudos to you for taking on your own thoughts about that and challenging yourself to be better each and every day. Destiny awaits me, Jeremiah 29:11. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you listening while you're at work. I appreciate you being here. I'll be on here just a few more minutes, but this morning we're talking about zest and how to add more zest into your relationships, into your conversations. Like I said, yes, immerse yourself in these things. and like going to live concerts. That's what we were talking about. Going to live concerts, going to live events. I miss that. I do. I miss all of that right now, which means that now I have to find other things to do that brings me zest. Last night I went to a movie for a little bit. I was the only one in the theater, which was perfectly fine with me. And I was able to enjoy watching a movie for a little bit. But I enjoy taking hikes. I enjoy spending time with my friends whenever we can through Zoom calls. And, pretty much right now is all that I can do. I enjoy spending time with my kids. I enjoy being outside. Anytime I can be outside and in nature, that's something that brings me joy. I enjoy watching good television programs and being here on YouTube and watching all the different things that you all bring to the world. It fascinates me. All that stuff. So, figure out ways to still do some things. Just because this virus is going on does not mean that we can't still incorporate some ways to have joy in our lives and do something. It just means we have to be more creative. We have to be more creative and find other ways to incorporate that joy so that we can still have that zest. We still can surround ourselves with people. We can still be a part of these communities online that also still helps to bring us joy. When I go into other people's lives and I see people interacting, I see that chat moving, people are excited, people are engaged. They want to know, they want to talk, they want to speak. The world is missing that sense of community. And so this is a perfect time, especially if you have a channel, to incorporate zest into your live sessions so that people can be excited and have something to talk about and feel a part of what it is that you're putting out. The last thing that you want to make sure you're doing when you are trying to add zest into your relationship is eliminate the fear. Eliminate fear. We spend too much time worrying about what people think of us, and it holds us back from enjoying people. And it holds us back from being our true, authentic selves, who we are, and, talking about the things that we enjoy because we're worried what people will think about it, how they will perceive us. And we need not be worried about that. We need to be willing to show people what excites us, what brings us joy, what makes us laugh, what helps us to move, and just being silly sometimes, just being silly and having a good time. All that stuff, we need to not be afraid to show people that side of us, because that's what helps connect people. Sometimes, as silly as we may think it is, or we think that other people may think that, and all that perception, then we stop living life. We stop being who we are. We stop being who we were meant to be. Stop being ourselves. There's nothing wrong with, especially if you own a business, own a company, or you're a supervisor or a manager, or in any type of leadership position in your job. Find a way to incorporate some zest into your conversations with your employees, with your subordinates, or whoever is around you, whoever's in your space, your coworkers, whoever. Find some ways to incorporate joy into your day. One of the reasons I work with mostly men in my job, and there's, in fact, on my team, it's 3 men and myself, but we spend so much time during the day, coming up with jokes or bringing our personalities to our team, to our day, until we can find ourselves spending a large amount of the day laughing, at different things that comes out of our mouths. And it just makes the workday so much more enjoyable. It helps us to get through, the stressors of, making sure that we keep things afloat in our hospital. Let's see, let me look at what you all are saying. Eve says, I love the beach. So thankful. I'm 15 minutes, yes, away from the beach. I try to get there a couple of times a week. It makes me so happy. Eve, we are one and the same. If I could, my prayers that one day I will have a house on the beach one day, some kind of vacation home, or a little condo, a little shack, whatever. I love the water. I love the beach. I love the ocean. I love spending time. That is absolutely something that revitalizes and recharges me like the minute I see it, like the minute I see it, because I can hear it, I can smell it, I can, feel the water on me. I just absolutely love the beach, and I love nature, all that. So yes, I'm right there with you. And I don't live, the beach is a few hours away from me, unfortunately, but we do have some pretty amazing, beautiful lakes and rivers very near me that we also go to and I spend time at also. So that helps to, revitalize and, invigorate me so that I get excited. Sometimes I'll just go sit by there and have my lunch. You can just go, go have dinner, buy something that you enjoy. My husband is a huge sports fan, and something that he does is he goes to little league games, little league baseball games. And he has one child there. And, when I first met him, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm going to this little league game I see going on down the street. He gets so excited just seeing the kids get excited and, hitting the baseball and making that home run. And I'm like, you don't even have a child out there. People are going to think that you're, some out there trying to get their kids are going to ask, oh, who's your kid? You're like, oh, I don't have a kid out here. They're going to look side eye at you, but he doesn't care. And he just, gets excited and roots for those kids. It's just something that he enjoys doing. And then he also referees Little League football. So he doesn't care who's playing, he loves sports and he loves being around kids and doing something that he enjoys. So if he's going and watching the Little League game, I don't go, but he's out there having a good time and he comes back, he's excited, he's revitalized and, ready to get back to family and all that. So make room for each other. Make time for each other to do things. If you are married, make sure that you give your spouse the opportunity to go do something that revitalizes them. Don't stop them. Now if it gets to be too much, right? If they're spending all of their time there, then that's an issue. But, if we want to have healthy relationships, we need to be willing to allow our partners to be themselves. And if that means that they're going and doing something that they enjoy that you don't enjoy, don't go, but allow them to go. And they will appreciate you so much more for that. So that's the, last thing that I have to say. Eve says, yes, exactly. Be yourself. God only made one of you. You are unique. Absolutely. So allow room, be yourself, allow your, people that you're in relationship with to be themselves. And the more because those are the reasons you fell in love with the person, right? We fell in love with these people because they were, living life. They were doing the things that they enjoyed doing. And we were attracted to that. And then all of a sudden we get with the person and we don't want them doing that anymore, right? We want them to spend all their time with us. And that's just not real. That's not realistic. It's not a good expectation to place on someone. We need to still allow people room to be themselves. It may not be as often as they used to do it, but we need not eliminate it, period, from the relationship. So, make sure that you create and then find also things that you all can do together that can create zest. Find a new hobby, a new thing that you all can do that's just the two of you. All these things help to incorporate zest into a relationship and can be a great way to, increase the health and the love and all that, that we experience in being together with others. All right. So I'm going to say a quick prayer for everyone. I appreciate everyone for being here. You guys were awesome. Tomorrow I will be live at 8:30. And I'll be honest with y'all. I'm a little bit, what's the word? Out of ideas. I'm out of ideas for my live sessions on Saturday. I'm not out of ideas. I'm not out of ideas. I don't know the word. I'm not out of ideas because I have some other stuff coming down the pipe. So I'm not saying that I'm out of ideas. But tomorrow night, what I'm going to do is allow you all to just pick my brain. So tomorrow night's live session, I think I'm just going to allow you to pick my brain. So you all come up with a topic. I'll let you all come up with a question for me or a topic for me, and I'll just let you know how I feel about it. I'll just let you all know, what my thoughts are about the subject. So that's kind of my thought about what we'll do tomorrow night. give you all an opportunity to, get to know me a little bit better. And I will get to know what you all are struggling with, what's on you all's minds, what your thoughts are. Because all that stuff, yes, free flow. It's going to be free flow tomorrow night. That's exactly right. So that I can kind of get some inspiration. That's what I need. That's exactly what I need. I need some inspiration from my people who are, a part of this family. I need you all's, your community. I need your thoughts. I need your energy. I need to know, kind of what's going on in you all's mind so that I can keep this channel relatable for you all. If I'm not serving you all in a way that's being beneficial to your life, then I need not be here, because that is the sole purpose that I'm here, is to do things that are helping to be of service to your life. So tomorrow, I want you all to just pick my brain, ask me questions, put a topic in there. You could just be one word. You want to know what I think about that, then I'll share with you what that's about. So that's my thoughts for tomorrow night. So don't miss tomorrow night. And then, I'm sorry. Monday, we will start back over with the ABCs of communicating. I still enjoy doing this. I hope you all are enjoying these classes that I do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, except we're going to be doing tongue types. I'm going to switch over from just talking about, different topics of communication to tongue types. So, which is basically personality types, how we learn to communicate with some of these strenuous personality types that can be difficult to figure out. How do we talk to these people? How do we relate to these people? How do we get a word in edgewise, with these people? So that's where we're moving for the next couple of months until we get through A through Z again. And that'll probably take us into the new year, I'm imagining. Levi says he loves it. Awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing tomorrow night. And that's where we'll be moving forward, starting on Monday, and going back through the ABCs of communicating. So I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Really, you all are awesome. You all show up, you watch the lives, you watch my pre-recorded videos, you comment. I can't express to you how much I appreciate each and every one of you, truly. Like, it does my heart good. And I get excited. I get excited to know that you all have a thought about wanting to improve your communication, improve your relationships, and be better human beings. Who doesn't want to have healthy, happy lives, healthy, happy relationships? And anything that I can do to bring that to you, that is why I'm here. And I don't want you to think that I ever lose sight of that. Okay. So we're going to say a quick prayer and then we're going to head out for the day. All right. Father, we thank you, Lord. We thank you for being you. We thank you for loving on us, showing us grace and mercy each and every day. You never cut us short. You never get tired. You never tell us that we're not deserving, Lord. You continue to be there for us regardless of anything. Thank you for the zest that you put in our lives, that you help us to see, help us to tap into the zest that we have in our lives, so that we can, bring more life, bring more love, bring more energy to our conversations with the people who are around us. We are those called to be the light. We're called to be the salt of the earth. And the best way for us to do that is to keep zest, to keep joy and happiness and light and love in our hearts. So help us to do those things that increase joy, whether it's spending time with you, spending time in your word, spending time in worship, spending time with others, spending time, doing and partaking in the beautiful and wonderful, amazing things that you've put here on this earth for us to enjoy. Help us to tap into those things and to remember why we're here, that you love us, that you created this earth for our enjoyment. You created these wonderful, beautiful things in the world for us to experience and enjoy. So help us to not be leery about partaking in those things that bring us joy. You created relationship, Father, for us to lean on each other, to love on each other, to experience happiness with each other. So let us not be leery in being in relationship with others, whether it's on a friendship level, whether it's just on a interpersonal level, or or an intimate level. Father, let us not be leery in showing others our hearts and looking for the hearts of others. Let us not be standoffish and learn to connect with people so that we can bring life and zest back into our lives. We thank you, Father, for being you, for loving on us, and just for the blessings that you bestow upon us each and every day that we're unworthy of. Thank you for reminding us that you put us here to have life and to have life more abundantly. So, Father, help us to have that abundant life and show us not to be afraid to experience abundancy in our lives, not just in finances or in material things, but in joy and in happiness and in love and in zest. So, Father, I bless each and every person on this live stream, those who'll be watching the replay. I appreciate them being here. Bless their lives, touch their lives, comfort them, and energize them to go out in the world and to be the people that you created them to be. We are worthy. We are able to, and we're deserving of the things of the joy and happiness that you have for us. We love you. We thank you. And these things I ask in your son, Jesus' name. Amen. All right, everyone, you all take care. You have a wonderful day and be full of zest this morning. Take zest out into the world and show people that they're deserving of happiness and joy as well. All right, you all take care. I'll see you all tomorrow night at 8:30 Central Standard Time. 8:30 Central Standard Time. Take care. Bye.